What does tranquility mean to you? Is it a quiet stay in the hills, far from the noise and the crowds? Is it being closer to your favorite god? Or maybe it's escaping the weight of expectations, the chaos of everyday life? Or perhaps it's a dream, one that takes every ounce of courage to chase. One fine weekend, we decided to find out for ourselves. We left everything behind, packed our cameras and curiosity, and set out on a journey to discover what tranquility truly means. Did we find it? Come join us on our quest for tranquility. Perfect weather conditions to go on a road trip. We had planned on leaving at 5 or 5:30 a.m. because we wanted to avoid the traffic. But there was this prerequisite that my hair had to look nice, for which I had to Dyson it, which took a while. As we progressed along our path, we noticed glimpses of what was waiting for us ahead. But turns out it wasn't a road less traveled, so much so it could put Bangalore traffic to shame. We also had a good number of four-legged friends accompanying us along this path. But once we got past the crowded areas, what opened up to us were beautiful hills and raging rivers. We didn't have to stop to look for waterfalls, they were just on the road. So we're now at Chaurasi, which means 84 huts. Now it's popularly called the Beatles Ashram because back in the 1960s, the Beatles had come here to study Transcendental Meditation from Maharishi Mahesh. Pro tip, if you're visiting this place in the monsoon, do not wear suedes. My shoes are all wet because we've had to cross so many streams on the way. Chaurasi means 84 in Hindi, and there are 84 of these huts. Someone on Instagram said, wherever a girl sees wings, she goes and stands there. So here's me next to these wings. You know, these aren't our regular bricks, these are round stones taken from the banks of the Ganges. This huge area of land within the tiger reserve was leased by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi from the UP government. Back then, Uttarakhand wasn't a different state. So the 60s, which was a period of maximum popularity for the Beatles, so not knowing how to handle their popularity, they thought Transcendental Meditation could help them with it. They finally wrote their White Album here in Rishikesh. And during their time here, they wrote multiple songs which became super famous. Once this place was abandoned, it became a canvas for graffiti artists. The departure of Maharishi and his disciples made way for the arrival of these cuties. Since Transcendental Meditation didn't seem like something we could master in a short while, we bade goodbye to the ashram and continued on our quest for tranquility. This was when we heard our tummies rumbling and had to take a pit stop.
On today's segment of Food with Hemant, we are at Little Buddha Café. Wonderful cafe right by the banks of the Ganges River. A fried tofu platter. Yes, it's all just one platter. And mango shake. And chili paneer. That's a cappuccino.
After filling up our tummies to the brim, we inched uphill. And as though our prayers had been heard, there was absolutely no traffic and we got the entire stretch of road to ourselves. The views were extraordinary, with hills looking straight out of a dream, all lush and untouched. Slowly, the fog gave way to reveal our stay for the night. We received a warm welcome at the Westin Himalayas with a traditional Pahadi topi and a refreshing kokum welcome drink. We then got ready to attend the Ganga Aarti, of which the hotel has its own rendition for those who cannot attend the one on the riverbank. This got us thinking, maybe you don't really need to walk miles to find your God. For those of you wondering, what on earth is he playing? That's a musical instrument called a handpan, aptly named after what it looks like. We are here at the Westin Himalayas. It's a beautiful place. We just finished the Ganga Aarti. We are on the 11th floor, which has a sky view deck. Look how beautiful the view is. As we watched the sunset amidst the mountains, we got thinking, just as no two sunsets look the same, maybe the recipe for tranquility is not the same for everyone. To some, it may mean spending time in solitude, while to others, it may be spending time with a loved one. Welcome to our room in the Westin Himalayas. I love how demure, how mindful this whole decor is. It's all beige and so subtle. And I love this piece. And now the best part of the room. The sunset view. I'm gonna settle here. I'm gonna build a house in this very place and I'm gonna settle here. I just got ready in our walk-in closet for the gym. After a light workout, we explored the other services provided by the hotel, starting with a sauna. Fun fact, saunas originated 10,000 years ago in Finland. We then entered the steam room that afforded us as much visibility as the Delhi smog does. After a couple of rounds of these, with interspersed cold showers, we ended our detox session with a comfy jacuzzi and headed back to our room. Welcome to the spacious bathroom. There's the stub overlooking the hills. Now let me just relax while you complete your tour. The next morning, our plans of swimming in the infinity pool got washed away with the rains. But we did enjoy the lovely views.
In today's episode of Food with Hina, we're starting with a few baker's delights. There's a savory Danish, 2 sweet Danishes and a croissant, which I think is pronounced correctly as Prashant, and a pain au chocolat. और नॉर्थ इंडियन में हमारे पास पूरी सब्जी है, आलू के पराठे हैं, ब्रेड पकोड़े और हमारे लिए कुछ स्पेशल थाली लेके आ रहे हैं.
This in front of me is a घरवाली थाली.
Types of puri, one which is swala and one is katlam and one is dal paratha. And like chole, pickle and chutney, tomato, garlic and rice.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ದೋಸೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಈಗ.
Okay. So crispy. Look at my coffee options. They've given us an espresso machine as well as a French press. It's time to say goodbye to this lovely place and move on. Continuing our quest for tranquility, we moved to our next leg of the journey. The roads were smooth and impeccable, at least till this point of time. The weather conditions aren't exactly ideal for a long drive. It's raining cats and dogs. The luscious greenery gave us a sense of calm. In fact, the kind that comes just before a storm. As we continued our ascent up from Rishikesh to Landour, the clouds loomed closer, and when we reached this bifurcation on the road, Google Maps offered us a route that would get us there 15 minutes earlier, and this was when we took that fateful turn. Thereafter, there was no turning back. With every passing second, the road got narrower, yet at least there was a road. In a bit, that disappeared too, leaving us bouncing over boulders. But trust me, the views were otherworldly. To be honest, this was the most off-roading our car has ever done. At this point of time, we were busy praying no vehicle would come from the opposite direction, because we had occupied the entire width of the road, and reversing on this terrain was clearly unimaginable. And even though we had by this time reached the top of this hill, our destination was nowhere in sight. Who knew our quest for tranquility would take us along this road? With each hairpin bend, the road revealed a new set of flora, but we couldn't bring ourselves to stop and take a picture. Finally, the abrupt change in biodiversity with the appearance of fog signaled that our destination wasn't too far away. With tall pines on one side and lush greens on the other, this road turned into a scene right out of a Ruskin Bond novel. Then came this railing that led us to this very significant landmark. I'm talking about Woodstock School, the most expensive school in India, and apparently the annual fee there is about 18 lakhs. On second thought, with all that money, they could have sponsored building of a better road to it. We then joined the highway and took yet another turn towards Landour. Fun fact, there's a connecting road in Landour that works like the Suez Canal. Navigation is split into specific time intervals, and at any point of time, only one direction of traffic is permitted to pass through, that is, the alternating one-way system. In simple words, traffic jams occur at defined time intervals. So we waited for a good amount of time for our turn, and then cruised up this path originally built for the British Indian Army. This place, in fact, was a holiday home for the British soldiers who couldn't go back to Europe regularly. I am so jealous of them right now. We've reached Landour. Sorry, we can't show you any sights because it's all cloudy outside. Yep, when I say cloudy, I mean we're in the clouds. Let's go to Lal Tibba. Lal Tibba is the highest point in Mussoorie, which houses a telescope made in Japan, which is supposed to provide scenic views of the distant snow-capped Himalayas. But all we saw was a lot of fog. We felt as though our quest for tranquility had met a dead end. There's a lot of hype about this honey ginger lemon tea, and mark my words, it's totally worth it. Remember the Suez Canal? Here we go again. We learned an important lesson here. If you're someone who listens to music with your speaker perched on top of a car, remember to take it back before the car moves. While going back downhill, we admired the beautiful tarmac road that seemed like a luxury in contrast to the road we had taken up the hill. The journey had tired us immensely, and we headed to our stop for the night. The quirky and aesthetically pleasing decor left us awestruck. What is the artist trying to explain? Time for a room tour. If I could, I would show you the view, but it's all dark. This is our living room with a nice TV. One of the best minibars I've ever seen. And this is our bedroom. Also with a view which I would love to show you, but it's dark again outside. The best part. There's a big mirror here. And one here. After a quick workout at the well-equipped gym, our plans for a morning swim got washed away again by the continuous downpour. But we took a moment to sit by the pool and enjoyed the view of the hills. Trust me, Dehradun is a remarkable place. Now thinking of swimming had worked up an appetite, so we headed down for breakfast. We received a warm welcome with Indian classical music.
I'm a chef Devinder. So today's chef Devinder's special is morning breakfast corn with guacamole. You wanna try this?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure. So you wanna try also? Thank you.
this breakfast, we bade our final goodbyes and headed back home. We know we were gonna miss these green, clean, tree-laced highways and the pure, smoke-free air. This is a place we'll definitely visit again, and we recommend it to anyone looking for a weekend road trip or a lovely staycation in the hills from Delhi. Just don't follow Google Maps blindly like we did. We had begun our quest for tranquility, just like the Beatles, tracing their path to the ashram in search of peace. But all we found were ruins, walls of graffiti, and echoes of what once was. We then climbed higher, chasing the view from Mussoorie tallest point, only to be met by fog that hid it all. And maybe that's when it clicked. Maybe the calm we were chasing was always here. Maybe the real quest for tranquility ends where it began. The 60s was a difficult time. Can I get both this and this in the same frame? See you after my workout. Here in front of me is this Garhwali chai.
Chai, no.
You guessed it. We've reached Landour.